New tonight, we're looking into what your children could be hiding from you on their phones. A new app looks like a calculator, but it's much more than that.
News 4's Teresa Weekly has clues you should look for that something sneaky is going on.
You know, we try as parents to keep up with the technology our children are growing up with. That becomes even more difficult when the technology is hidden.
The secret calculator app looks harmless. If you open it, you can use it as a calculator, and it works. Only when you type in the correct passcode does its discrete design become clear.
Where you're talking about being able to hide information.
Keith Boardman is the principal at Williamsville South High School. He talks to parents about any new apps that come to his attention.
You know, you talk about the calculator app and they'll look at you and say, well, what would that be used for? And, you know,
Well.
and you're right. And I kind of look at them, I'm like, well, and they're like, oh, okay, you know, I get that.
The app lets you hide pictures and videos. One version allows you to go online without leaving a browsing history. Timothy SEMBER has 4 children. His oldest is 29, but his youngest is 16.
The game has changed completely.
SEMBER has known about this app for a while. His way of handling anything like this has always been to talk to his children first.
No, I haven't physically gone into her phone. I've asked her if she has those apps. I trust her. If I would become aware that there's a concern, then I would follow up on that.
Is that an uncomfortable conversation for you to have?
If there's been a relationship where you've been able to have those discussions about that and other topics, I think it's a little easier.
MARNI CONTE teaches band at Williamsville South. Her 15-year-old son is also a student here.
I hadn't heard of that app. So my reaction is one of shock, because I think that is a very dangerous app.
She's concerned that teenagers have so much more access today without understanding consequences.
You know, if they want to send a nude picture, they can send a nude picture. In their eyes, there's no harm in it. They're going to send it just to one person.
So how can you tell if your child has the secret calculator? In this case, the plus sign next to the title of the app is a giveaway. You can also look at which apps your children are downloading and read the description. Future secret apps may not be as easy to spot.
You know, when you write an app, you can put whatever description you want up on the Play Store, right? I don't have to tell you that the app has secret features, right?
Jeff CHALLEN is an associate professor in the science engineering department at UB. He thinks parents will always be at least 10 steps behind. CHALLEN says it will take more than tracking every smartphone movement to protect your children.
So even as the tech guy who knows all this stuff, you're still saying this isn't the way to solve it.
There's no technological solution to these things, right? And I don't think there will be anytime soon.
Professor CHALLEN doesn't think cutting off all access is the answer either. There are plenty of good things your kids can do on their phones.
We have students who are on their cell phones in the library, and what they're actually doing is looking up their grades and trying to figure out what they owe for homework.
Able to be in contact with friends and texting and celebrating life and what all goes on, the angst of being a teenage girl in today's society, wonderful.
Both of these parents agree that communication will always trump surveillance.
So that they feel not necessarily like they're going to be criticized by everything that they ask, but so they feel like, okay, let's talk about that. So it's developing an open line of communication so that they can make good choices.
Professor CHALLEN points out that as soon as developers figure out how to track apps like this, another developer comes up with a new way to keep it hidden. That's why he also says spying is not the way to win the technology race. In the newsroom, Teresa Weekly, News 4 at 6.
That's an eye-opener. I'm with Marnie. I had never, ever been aware of that app.
But as was pointed out here, and I think this is important for all of us as parents, you can learn about that app and maybe the next one and the next one, but as he said, there will always be more. So you need that open line of communication with
That's
your
very
kids.
important, no doubt about
Absolutely.
it. Just remember, I'm an analog guy living in the digital age.
Yes, you are.
Still